Vasudev had always been something of an iconoclast. She never fitted the stereotype of Indian womanhood. President of Ocean and founder of Cinemaya and Netback, Aruna has been the member and president of several international juries. Aruna has always lived life on her own terms and is a pioneer in many ways.
I always wanted to work. There were no opportunities. India at that time, my father went to New York, so I went with them, and that's where I learned. I actually attended courses, and I thought television I'll do. But then the first time I actually touched Rostock, I touched the film and cut it and put it together. I thought, this is a miracle. I've got to do cinema. And that's where it all began.
In the late 1950s, she had the courage to marry late for reasons of the heart.
My first husband was Swedish. We'd met in New York. He was at the UN also, and then I had a job at the United Nations in their film department. They used to make films on developmental issues for the United Nations, so I was working there. I met him there. We decided to get married. My parents were in India. I wrote them a letter saying, I sent them a telegram in those days, that's all you did, saying, I'm going to marry Eddie, I hope you have no objections. And my parents said, what are you up to? So I said, well, why not? So they came back to New York, but by the time they came back, I said, I've changed my mind. I don't want to get married, I want to make films, and I want to go to Paris. So my parents just didn't know what to do with me. They said, well, if that's what you want, then go. So I went to Paris, and then I kept in touch with Eddie very much, and he kept saying, you know. So then I came back to India, then he came here and said, so I said, well, if you're going to get married, it has to be now, in the next few days. So he said, what? But I'm going back. I said, well, too bad, if it's now or never. So he said, fine. So in 4 days' notice, we got married. I went and got, with two friends, found out about how to get a license. We got married. That's how I did it the first time.